So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you very much for joining us today. I'd like to seek your good wishes and your blessings so that we can remember this glorious personality, Gadadhara Pandit. Yesterday was his disappearance day, but yesterday we were looking at Gopastami and Damodar Leela. So I thought we'd celebrate his day today. Should always remember these glorious devotees on their appearance and disappearance days, at least to seek their blessings so that we can progress in our spiritual endeavors. I'd like to seek the blessings of Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada so that we can become a little bit closer, understand a little bit more about the glorious personalities who've descended from the spiritual world. So we want to obviously reunite ourselves with the Supreme Lord. And these devotees are very important on our spiritual path. So yesterday was actually also the disappearance of Srinivasacharya and another devotee called Dhananjaya Prabhu. So I was thinking we would look at Gadadhar Pandit and Srinivas today, but actually Srinivas Pandit, when I looked at his life history, it's so huge. And there's some very interesting pastimes in there. So I thought we can split the two, Gadadhar Pandit today and Srinivasacharya tomorrow. So I hope that's okay with all the devotees. So Gadadhar Pandit ki jai. So we can, this is from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Advaita Chanda Jai Gaura Bhattavinda Gadadhara Panditadi Prabhura Nija Shakti Tan Sabara Charane Mora Sahasra Parnati.
Translation: I offer my respectful obeisances unto the internal potencies of the Lord, of whom Sri Gadadhara Prabhu is the foremost.
So Krishnadas Kaviraj, who is the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, lays it down very nicely and very clearly right from the outset who Gadadhar Pandit is, internal potency of the Lord. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written Smara Gaura Gadadhara Kali Kalam Bhava Gaura Gadadhara Pakshacharan Charam Shrenu Gaura Gadadhara Charu Katham Bhaja Godruma Kanana Kunjavidhum.
Remember the wonderful pastime of Gaura and Gadadhara. Become a servant of Gaura and Gadadhara. Listen to the beautiful narrations concerning Gaura and Gadadhara and worship Lord Gaura, the beautiful moon of the cruise of Godrum.
Very nice. Thank you for reading that, Riyaj. So okay, good. Let's actually have a look at his life. So he appeared. We actually did celebrate his appearance day on 22nd of April this year. His father's name was Madhava Misra and mother's name Ratnavati Devi. They lived initially in Bangladesh but moved close to the home of Jagannath Mishra in Mayapur when Gadadhar was young. Ratnavati Devi looked upon Sachi Devi as her big sister. The two of them were always spending time with each other. At the time of his childhood pastimes, Gauranga used to often play with Gadadhar Pandit. They both went to the same school together. That was Gangadas Pandit. To study. Gadadhar Pandit was a year younger than Gauranga. He had so much affection for Gauranga that he would not leave his company even for a moment. They were inseparable until school started. In the Ganodesha Dipika, Kavi Karnapur, describes the identity of the various personalities in Gaura Leela. He states that Gadadhar is the incarnation of Radha, the daughter of Vishubhanu and Kirtida. This is confirmed by Swarup Damodar and Vasudev Ghosh. And as we just also read, the Chaitanya Charitamrita also confirms the same. When Krishna comes as Gaura, Radha comes as Gadadhar. Knowing that Krishna would not be able to handle her, Radha, internal bhav, Radha gave her bodily golden complexion to protect the Lord. So that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Gaura, golden. Still concerned, Radha also came herself, Gadadhar, and was constantly with Gauranga. But his mood was not the same as Radha's mood, right? Radha came as Gadadhar, but he wasn't, he was very gentle and soft, whereas Radharani is aggressive when it comes to ownership of Krishna. So Gaur Gadadhar, this is actually in most temples which Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada started. They had Radha Krishna and they would have Gaur Gadadhar as their principal deities. So when we go to Mayapur, we see Gaur Gadadhar often. But Prabhupada changed that. He knew that we needed the mercy of Nityananda. And the pastime of Jagai Madai comes to mind, you know. So, but generally, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur would install Gaur Gadadhar. Oh, why not worship Gaur Gadadhar instead of Gaur Nitai? Prabhupada knew we are not qualified to worship Gaur Gadadhar. We must approach Gaur Nitai. So Nityananda is very, very important to us. Okay, this is always an interesting, this is in Mayapur. And these are the most glorious deities. So in Mayapur, there's 2 temple halls next to each other, huge. They can fit 1,000 people without any difficulty. And on one side, there is Radha Madhav and the Astasakis, the 8 gopis. And on the other side is the Panchatattva. And this Panchatattva is glorious. So I wanted to ask, who's who in this Panchatattva? Yes, Riyansh.
Hare Krishna Roji, in previous photo, who is Gadadhar and who is Gaurang?
Oh, in the previous photo? That's a good. It would be on the right-hand side, as you're looking, will be Chaitanya, and on the left-hand side will be Gauranga. I think that's right. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's right. Because if you look here, he's holding a flower. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu generally wouldn't hold a flower. So anyway.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
So thank you for asking that question, Riyansh. So who's who in this picture? Anybody like to have a go?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
In the middle is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Very good.
And then and next to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the right side is Nityananda Prabhu.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Advaita Acharya, I think, is yes. And then Gadadhar Pandit is the last one with a beard.
No, Gadadhar, that's Advaita Acharya, the one with the beard.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. He's always he's
then,
much older. Yes. Yes, go on.
Okay, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes. Good. Well done. Very good. So Advaita is always has a beard, at least in ISKCON tradition, he always has a beard. Other traditions, he doesn't necessarily have a beard. But the reason why he has a beard is he's much, much older than Chaitanya and Nityananda. And Gadadhar,
I think he prayed for Lord Chaitanya to come, right?
that's right. Absolutely.
He prayed with Ganga Jal and Tulsi leaves.
That's correct.
Excuse me, Prabhuji. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord Krishna, Lord Nityananda is Balaram, and Sri Advaita is Radha.
No, Sri Advaita is Mahavishnu, and actually Lord Shiva as well. But this is Radha, Gadadhar Pandit. Yeah, Riyansh?
Okay, Prabhuji.
And Narad Muni is Srivas Thakur. And three of them, these three, are Vishnu Tattva. Gadadhar is Radha Tattva. And Srivas Thakur is Jiva Tattva. This Panchatattva is magnificent. Magnificent. Okay. How are Panchatattva impacting our lives? So this is really interesting. Advaita Charya is like the Bhakta Avataram. He prays for us. Like Indulekha Mataji said, he prayed for Chaitanya to come to this world for us. So he's praying for us. What does Nityananda do? He is Swarupakam. He preaching. He is the one who is a revolutionary in our lives. He changes our lives. What does Srivas Thakur do? He's the Bhakta. He gives us some seva. And Gadadhar, he's the Bhakta Shaktikam. Go deeper, study harder, and look inside more, develop your love for God. And of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Bhakta Rupa. He's the object of our love. So these different personalities in our lives will act in the above capacities to assist us to develop our Krishna consciousness. So these Panchatattva is very important. So comparison of the personalities. So we want to compare different personalities, right? Radha Krishna to Gaur Gadadhar. So Gadadhar Pandit, he was serious. He was a scholar. He was a Pandit. And he was self-composed, peaceful, renounced. He was humble, and he was fond of solitude. And this is a verse in the Chaitanya Chaitanya. Panditera saujanya brahmanyata guna drada prema mudra loke karila khyapana.
Translation. Gadadhara Pandit is celebrated all over the world for his gentle behavior, his Brahmanic attributes, and his steady love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Very good. So, on the other hand, especially in his childhood, Gauranga would act very fickle, unsteady, mischievous, whimsical. When they were studying in school, he would disturb Gadadhar with illogical questions and arguments. He would do that with everybody whose sophistry was meant to baffle Gadadhar and disturb his studies. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would really play havoc with the mind. As a result, he tried to keep Gauranga at a distance in those days, in the early days, when he was in the school in this debating mood. But he couldn't bear to keep aloof from the Lord. Gadadhar Pandit would preach to the Lord, and he would say, Gadadhar, the Lord would say to him, Gadadhar, soon I will become a great Vaishnav, that even Brahma and Shiva will come to me and bow down. So Gadadhar would preach to him, you shouldn't waste your time in this philosophical speculation, this debating and arguing. Become a devotee of Krishna. This is Gadadhar. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would say, yes, one day you will see. Ishwara Puri came to Navadvip one time and was very affectionate to Gadadhar and won his heart. Gauranga returned to Navadvip from Gaya. after taking initiation. So his father passed away, Jagannath Mishra. And then Mahaprabhu went to Gaya for the Pindan, or for the Shrad, whatever, taking the ashes. And there he met Ishwarapuri. And from Ishwarapuri, he took shelter of him and he received the Mahamantra and the Gayatri Mantra. Day and night, he would float in the ocean of Krishna Prem. Seeing the wonderful tears of ecstasy, Gadadhar found himself also overwhelmed. So when he came back to Navadvip, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a different person. He was suddenly just completely absorbed in Krishna consciousness. He is Krishna, but this is his Leela, his pastimes. And when Gadadhar saw that, he was so pleased. And then they were always together. Gauranga would ask, Gadadhar, where is Shyam Sundar? Where is that Lord of Vrindavan? And the Lord would then begin to weep. Gadadhar was stunned and could not understand what answer to give. With great reverence, he humbly submitted. Krishna is in your heart. He's trying to calm him down. Upon hearing this, Gauranga began tearing at his chest, but Gadadhar quickly restrained his hands from doing any damage. This is the reason Gadadhar appeared. So if we remember at the beginning, we were just saying why he came. Radharani gave the coating of Gauranga, the golden hue, her golden hue to Krishna to help him control her love. But she also came as Gadadhar to control him from outside. So he would restrain Gauranga in situations like this. The Lord said, Gadadhar, let go of my hands. If I cannot see Krishna, I will not be able to maintain my life. Gadadhar said, if you remain patient, Krishna will surely reveal himself. He will surely come here before long. With this, Mahaprabhu was pacified. Seeing these pastimes of Gaur Gadadhar, Sachid Mata thought to herself with great satisfaction, this boy Gadadhar is very intelligent. I need not fear for Gaura Hari's sake. Sachimata said, Gadadhar, you must always stay by the side of my son, Gaura Hari. That was his intention. One day in the house of Shuklambar Brahmachari, the Lord began speaking about Krishna. Gadadhar became overwhelmed with ecstasy, began loudly weeping. Gauranga asked, who is that within the house who is weeping so intensely? Shuklambar Brahmachari said, it's your Gadadhar. The Lord said, Gadadhar, you are the most fortunate. From your early childhood, you have been a determined devotee of Krishna. My own birth was useless. Because of all my sinful karma, I could not attain Krishna. Saying this, the Lord embraced Gadadhar in great ecstatic love. Of course, this is not actually true, because of course, the Lord, he has no sinful karma. But this was his mood. This was his devotee mood. He came in the form of a devotee. So this is actually a good mood to have, this mood of humility, that I am useless. Of course, we don't want to be in a negative mindset, but this is not necessarily a negative mindset. This is a realistic mindset that actually, without the Lord, I am nothing. And once we take that attitude, the Lord comes and that's a sign of good surrender. So the Lord will give us his protection, his mercy, his daya. Advaita revealed to Gadadhar who Gauranga is, when one day at his home, he started to offer arti to Gauranga. Gadadhar was completely convinced. When the Lord was performing his Navadvip Leela, his chief assistant was Gadadhar. One day, the Lord was wandering by the banks of the Ganga. When he came upon a small forest grove and sat down, he became absorbed in remembering Vrindavan pastimes. Mukunda Dutt began sweetly singing songs in the Purva Garag. Gadadhar, after gathering flowers in the forest, decorated the Lord's neck with a garland. Just as formerly in Vrindavan, Sri Radha used to decorate Lord Krishna, in the same way Gadadhar decorated the holy form of Gauranga. Then Gauranga sat Gadadhar down and Sri Advaita performed the arti to the two of them, and Nityananda was seated on the left. Must have been such an amazing sight. Here it is, in fact. So there's Gauranga, there's Nityananda, that's Gadadhar. And Advaita Charya is blowing the conch, about to do the arti. They're doing kirtan. Sorry? One time, Pundarik Vidyanidhi came to Navadvip. At that time, Mukunda Dutt intimated to Gadadhar that there was a Vaishnava worth, this was a Vaishnava worth seeing. So Gadadhar and Mukunda went to meet Pundarik at his home where he was living. But he appeared to be a great materialist to Gadadhar Pandit because he was dressed very opulently and there was a few other things. So Gadadhar's faith was somewhat damaged upon seeing this, and he said to himself, something like, is this really a Mukunda Dutt? Says his Pundarik is a great devotee, but is he really great devotee? Mukunda Dutt, knowing the mind of Gadadhar, sweetly sang a song about Krishna Leela. When Pundarik heard this, he began crying, Krishna, Krishna, and he fell upon the ground in ecstasy. So that was an indication that Pundarik actually is a great Vaishnava, great devotee of the Lord. Realizing that he committed a great offense, Gadadhar Pandit he took shelter of Pundarik. And actually who Pundarik is Vrishabhanu, the father of Radharani in Krishna Leela. So it's very appropriate that Gadadhar took initiation, took shelter of Pundarik. Once Gauranga started worshipping Shalagram Shila, he was reminded of Krishna and started weeping. He was doing Abhishek, but he was actually doing Abhishek with his tears. So Gauranga then realized, I can't worship the Shalagram. It reminds me of Krishna. I just cry. So he gave that Shalagram to Gadadhar because he was qualified to worship Krishna. Another name for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Gadadhar Prananath, life and soul, Gadadhar. No one can say how merciful the Lord is to Gadadhar Pandit. But people know the Lord as Gadadhar Gaura, the Lord Gauranga of Gadadhar Pandit. Gauranga took sannyas, we know that in 1500, and went to Puri. Later Gadadhar also took sannyas, and he went to Puri with Chaitanya, to be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They were inseparable. Gadadhar accepted Kshetra sannyas. That means he would never leave the holy place of Jagannath Puri. So he renounced order of life. Usually a sannyasi doesn't stay in one place, but a Kshetra sannyasi, he just stays in the holy place. That's all. He doesn't leave the holy place. He takes a vow like that. But when the Lord made his pilgrimage to Vrindavan, Gadadhar wanted to break his vow and go to Vrindavan with him. But the Lord forbade him. Gauranga asked Gadadhar to do 3 things. So Gauranga is very kind. He didn't want Gadadhar to break his vow. So he sent Gadadhar back, even though Gauranga and Gadadhar are very close together. Gauranga asked Gadadhar to do 3 things. Give initiation to deserving souls, teach Bhagavatam every day, serve the deity of Tota Gopinath with full love and devotion. This is Tota Gopinath. Who's been there from here? Rohit, you been there, huh?
Yes, Prabhu, yes, I'm there.
Very good, very nice, beautiful.
It is a Jagannath temple, near Puri Jagannath temple.
It's in Jagannath Puri, yeah.
Yeah, we have to walk.
Yeah, it's a very long walk from the Puri temple.
It's a parikram. We did parikram.
Oh, you did the parikram?
No, the
Yeah, yes.
No, you mean Jagannath Puri? No?
No, Jagannath Puri Parikram is also there.
Yeah.
We just walk temples like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where he visited, and Bhakti Siddhant Maharaj place.
Oh, okay. Very
It's,
good.
yes, bro. It's a Gaudiya Parikram. Only our ISKCON devotees do.
Yep. And what's special about this deity?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went, it seems, when he disappeared. I mean, not disappeared. After finishing his Leela, he went, some people say.
That's right. But what else is special about him?
I don't remember.
Okay. Anybody else? Look at his posture. It's unique.
Sitting position.
Sorry?
Sitting position.
Yes, exactly. He's sitting. He's cross-legged here. And why? Do you know why?
Because Gadadhar Pandit couldn't garland him, so he sat down so that he could put the garland.
Yes. Because what happened was he, after Mahaprabhu left, Gadadhar aged very fast because he was really missing Chaitanya. And he couldn't serve because he couldn't stand because he aged so quickly. So then, as you said very nicely, he sat down and he accepted the offerings of Gadadhar. Very unique, very unique. Every day, Gauranga would go to Tota Gopinath, and Gadadhar recited the Bhagavatam to Gauranga for 3 hours daily. And the pastime of Dhruv and Prahlad was recited 108 times. So sometimes we read the Bhagavatam and we think, oh man, I've read this before. That's not the good attitude. Look at this. Gauranga, Krishna himself, and Gadadhar, Radharani herself would recite here. One would recite, one would hear the same pastimes again and again and again.
Devotees.
Yeah, about the devotees. And why did Gadadhar explain it to Gauranga? This is really interesting because only a devotee can understand Bhagavatam. Even Krishna fails to understand Bhagavatam, but a devotee of God understands Bhagavatam. And this is in the Chaitanya Madhya Lila 24.313. Very interesting. Oh, here it is. Aham vedmi sukho veti vyaso veti na veti va bhaktya bhagavatam grahayam na buddhya na chatikaya.
Lord Shiva.
Translation. Lord Shiva said, I may know Sukadeva Goswami, the son of Vyasdev may know, and Vyasdev may know or may not know the Srimad Bhagavatam. And the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, the spotless Purana, can be learned only through devotional service, not by material intelligence, speculative methods, or imaginary commentaries.
Good. So this is Shiva saying, I may know. Sukha may know. Vyas may or may not know. But can only be done through bhakti. And who is Bhakti Devi? Radharani. And who is Radharani in Gaur Leela? Gadadhar. Incredible. Dr. Gopinath is a very ancient deity. Ah, yes. When Brahma chanted the Brahma Samhita to Lord Vishnu at the time of creation, it was in the presence of this deity. So this is old, for sure. Interesting. It'll come. We're just waiting for the next page. Okay, interesting. How come that didn't work? Okay. Why is sitting when, oh yeah, thank you. When Gauranga merged with Tota, Gadadhar aged very quickly, couldn't decorate Tota Gopinath. Krishna decided to sit down for Radha. And this is the actual deity. This is what it looks like. And there you go, look. He's cross-legged, Padmasan, yeah. He's got the yoga mudra. So beautiful. And where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered is there, I think, on the thigh. There is a mark where Mahaprabhu ended his Leela here. And this temple is absolutely glorious. They only give you darshan of this early in the morning. And I think this time we went, there was some very nice pilgrims there. And they were singing some very beautiful bhajans, like Gopinath, so many beautiful bhajans. And very, very, very sweet temple. And they have a very delicious prasadam, especially at lunchtime. So we often go there for lunch prasad. It's so beautiful.
Especially when it's Rath Yatra, you don't get Jagannath prasad, so you go to Tota Gopinath.
And they serve you with so much love. It's incredible. Gadadhar stayed after Gauranga left to wait to teach Bhagavatam to Srinivasacharya. So that we will see tomorrow, because we'll talk about Srinivasacharya tomorrow. Difference between Radha and Gadadhar. There is no difference between Gadadhar Pandit and Srimati Radharani, but the activities are different in Krishna's pastimes and Gaura pastimes. In Gaura Leela, Gadadhar Pandit is the mood of servant. No gopi, including Chandravali, Lalita, Vishaka, can experience Radharani's Mandakya Mahabhav. Krishna experiences the static loving moods of Rudra and Adhirudra, but not Madan Makya Rudha Bhava, meeting in separation. Gadadhar, on the other hand, has Madan Nakya Mahabhav. In Gaura Leela, however, it is covered, so that he can help Krishna to play the part of Srimati Radharani. In the form of Gadadhar, Srimati Radharani is looking and examining. And if there is something missing in Krishna's, as Mahaprabhu, enjoyment or ecstasy, she as Gadadhar assists him. So this was the whole purpose of Gadadhar's coming, to assist Gauranga in his Leela as Radha and Krishna combined.
This is Gaur Gadadhar.
Gaur Gadadhar. And who's Gaur in there? Who do you think is Gaur? Yeah, I think so as well. On the right-hand side. Okay, I think that was it. That was it. Gadadhar Pandit ki jai. Anybody like to add anything about Gadadhar that you may have come across, like to share? Or anything that you'd like to ask? Something that's not clear? It's not an
Hare
easy...
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, you go first.
Okay.
Go first.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Gaya Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the footprint of Krishna, and when he saw the footprint, he danced with ecstasy.
Where?
In Gaya.
Yes, you're right. You're right. That's a very good point. He saw the footprint, actually the footprint of Lord Vishnu. That's right. Very good. On the stone.
How he knows because he saw the symbols of Krishna's lotus
That's
feet.
right. That's right. How do you know this? Who told you?
Mother Prabhuji.
Very good. Very good. Yes, very nice. Thank you for sharing that. Induleka Maji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu merge into the Tota Gopinath deity?
Yeah, that's the learned view, that he closed the curtain and he didn't come back. And then there's a mark as well, which the pujaris would show you in the morning, where he entered Tota Gopinath.
So his wife, Vishnupriya, She also just merged in the deities, right?
What did she do? She continued to live.
Yes, she lived in Navdeep Dham. So when we went to Mayapur, we went to Navdeep Dham, we went to a temple there, and they were showing us. They said she just disappeared. She merged into the deity.
Yes, she
Right,
did.
right.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't
okay.
remember the details, but yeah, must be right. Must be right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay, thank you.
Actually, we can just mention it quickly today. How when Mahaprabhu left, she was doing so much tapasya. When Srinivasacharya went to see them, he noted her tapasya. She would chant around and then put one grain to the side. And
1 grain of rice.
1 grain of rice.
Yes, and then she would eat that only that much,
Only
right?
that much.
That
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
they told us that also. Yes, yes.
Incredible.
Yes, yes. I also went. If we do like that, we will die. I will not eat 16 rice, 16 grains.
But she was chanting a
So
lot.
you're not doing the Vishnu Panchak, I take it, huh? Rohit? Which is 5 days of just water.
Jayanti is looking into the Bhishma Panchak, and she's going to have a little presentation for everybody.
Oh, that's good. I have been preparing too,
That's good.
for,
He's joking. Now I've just been listening to what other devotees say about it.
Yes. So are you fasting for the 5 days, Jayanti?
not the top fast. No, I mean, for this month we've been just having Ekadashi Prasad anyway.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to work out what else I can do.
Because there are some devotees at the temple here, they fast only on fruits for the 5 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good for whoever can do it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's capacity. Yeah, according to one's capacity, we should do it.
Yeah.
The more, I mean, it's a fact that we should push ourselves as much as we possibly can, because these opportunities, who knows whether we will make it to next Damodar. So while the opportunity is there, it's good to take it, but it has to be also that if we're fasting and we forget Krishna, if we're fasting but our ego is feasting, then it's no good.
Yeah. Yeah, I would rather take prasadam and do my seva.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
That has to be the first principle.
Yes. Yes.
Because all this fasting is, you have to get it right. If you don't do it right, you don't get the full benefit. So there's no point as well.
Yes, but as Nabi is just saying that our mind must be feasting. Why? Because we need to maintain this body. If we cannot maintain this body, how can we serve the Lord?
Yeah.
This is also there. But I'm not saying no. Whoever can do it, they should go ahead and do it.
You should do it. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, because what I was listening to today, even some fruits you can't have. It has to be like, even things like avocado, because they're one-seeded, you can't have that. It has multi-seeded.
I didn't know that.
That, yeah.
It depends. It depends on your.
Those are the levels that they were talking about.
Yes.
Yes. And that's what I mean. If you have to do it, if you're doing it, you have to do it properly. You have to really look into it and do it properly. And you can only have salt. You can't have chilies. You can't have ginger.
Okay.
Things like that.
Tell them what's the top.
So the top one is the 4 cow products. So one day you have ghee, and then milk, cow dung, and cow urine, and it has to be the same amount of those things. So you can't have a whole glass of milk, and because then you'll have to have a whole glass of cow dung.
Okay.
Yeah, and also you have to be by the Ganga when you're having those products.
Yes.
So it's not recommended for devotees not near the Ganga to do that.
But sometimes I think that when we were in the temple, we were keeping Bhima Ekadashi. Everybody was together. We would spend the night, we'll do kirtan. But now on my own, I feel it like hard, to spend the night. Yes, and we used to go to Soho temple and come back and cook and prepare things and spend the night with kirtan. Now I can do it.
But this year we did it on Zoom. It was good. We had about, I think, 10 people, and we did the all-night session. It was quite good.
Oh, that's good. That's very
Yeah,
good.
so hopefully next year we can do the same.
Yeah, you know, in company of devotees, you
Yes.
can do a lot, but alone is difficult.
It is.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So that's the top tier, and then the next one down
Is the fruits, and yeah, and again they were saying different, not all fruits, and on vegetables is just sweet potato or potato, and no other vegetables, and with just salt and no ghee, nothing like that. So so that's what I mean, if you're doing it, you have to just be careful how you're doing it to get the full benefit.
Krishna Vani,
Hanji,
you can share your experience.
yes, we went 11 members in 2008 to have darshan of Jagannath temple, and there we had a chance to visit Tota Gopinath Mandir, and next day we went in the morning to have darshan of the lotus feet of Gadadhar.
Tota Gopinath, you mean? Yeah, very good.
That was amazing.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, it's a glorious, glorious place.
Now I remember while I am watching this program by your mercy.
Yeah, no, it's a phenomenal place. That place is so good. And luckily, we were able to be there in February for 5-6 days. Right?
7 days.
7 days. Yeah. So every day we had darshan of Tota Gopinath. So
So which 5 days are to be observed as
From,
fast?
Ekadashi.
from Ekadashi until the end. Yeah.
Okay.
So if your Ekadashi is Thursday, then it's
I think
Thursday, Friday,
they're saying
Saturday, Sunday,
America is
and Monday.
Wednesday, so I'm not sure when yours is.
Yeah, on our side is Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday till Sunday then.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And Karuna, you went to Tota Gopinath?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, good.
But
Nice.
we didn't have darshan of the lotus feet of Tota Gopinath, so we
Yeah,
just
it's only early morning.
yeah.
They won't give darshan otherwise. There you go. You got darshan now.
Yeah.
They won't allow taking pictures either. So.
We managed to take some.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, we went in the not quite. I don't remember when. Afternoon or somewhere. There was no one over there apart from Pujari outside. So Chicha managed to took some pictures.
Sneaky. Nice. Okay.
They will allow to touch lotus feet.
Sorry?
They will allow to touch lotus feet to Tota Gopinath.
No, you won't get anywhere near there.
Not allowed into the inner sanctum.
No, the pujaris are pretty strong there as well. If you try, beat you up.
No, just because I asked, in Pandharpur they allow to touch.
Is it?
Vitala. So when I went to Pandharpur, everyone can touch lotus feet to Rukmini, and it is Swayambhu. That's why I just got doubt and asked.
Now here the deities are like inside the room, about 10 feet.
Okay.
Yeah. And they have 2 chambers as well, so it's quite tough. Tough to get there. Okay, so Hare Krishna, Gadadhara Pandit Ki Jai. So tomorrow we'll look at Srivas Acharya.
Srinivas.
Srinivas Acharya. And that's gonna, it has so much. I didn't realize that there was so much about his life that's available for us to remember. So it's really nice. So thank you very much. So Karuna, shall we go for go for the Kavach. Let me just see if I can find it on this. I don't think I've got it on this. Oh, I have. Okay. Okay, it's there. Good. Okay, Karunam Mataji, all yours.
Shri Lakshmi Narasimhadev ki jai,
Jai.
Prahlad ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Narasingha Kavacham Vakshe, Prahladena Ditam Pura, Sarva Rakshakaram Punyam Sarva